Hey guys, Tiffany Chu here for CGS TV. Today we're covering SIGGRAPH 2015, and I'm here at the RebusFarm booth talking with Gerphil Niebur, who works here at RebusFarm. So Gerphil, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do?
Hi, I'm Gerphil Niebur from RebusFarm. I'm the technical resource administrator and head of support over there. And what I do is I try to help make people's deadlines. That's basically it.
Awesome. So Gerphil, can you tell us a little bit about the services that RebusFarm provides, and what are the advantages of using RebusFarm?
Basically, RebusFarm will make you have your stuff rendered out pretty much faster because you can render your stuff, let's say frames or your still images, you can have them distributed to more render nodes. Because usually artists do only have, let's say, one computer at home or at the school or at the office, or maybe have a small render farm. But if you need more render power to have more stuff, more frames, more or bigger images rendered, you can have them outsourced to our farm and render them in faster time on more nodes.
That's really great. And you guys are based in Germany, is that correct?
That's correct. We're based in Cologne.
So why should people use RebusFarm opposed to any other rendering services?
What we do have is a fully automated system. So basically, you can render on our farm every time you want to. You just set up an account, install our software, and you can actually send your stuff to the farm and just basically download your images afterwards. There's nothing else to do. Just prepare your scene, send it off, have it rendered, and download it again.
Wow, that seems really easy to use. So it's available for both professionals or students alike.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, like, there's all kinds of people rendering on the farm. There could be agencies. I mean, like for advertisement stuff, industrial stuff. There's like artists that just do plain art just for themselves. I don't know. It always depends. It's like all kind of people that would love to have more computers to render stuff, but don't have them, or wouldn't need them all the time, so they just outsource stuff when they need more render power.
That sounds really great. As a student myself, I think I definitely need a service like RebusFarm because sometimes there's just not enough space or time at my school to do this. So, Gerphil, can you also tell us a little bit about render points and what those are exactly?
Render points are sort of our currency on the farm. So actually, one render point is compared, like for us in Europe and Germany, it's €1. Probably since right now €1 is almost one US dollar, one render point is one US dollar, sort of.
So, can you tell us a little bit about the workflow at RebusFarm and how exactly costs are calculated with the render points?
Yeah, the workflow is pretty easy. So what you do is you create an account and you install our software, and that one installs a plugin into your 3D software. That plugin actually checks your scene, gathers everything it needs, like textures, any kinds of assets. It adjusts or prepares the scene for our farm and sends the whole package to the farm. As soon as it's on the farm, you'll be able to control it from the control center. You'll be able to start the render jobs, check out progress, see render times and stuff like that. And afterwards, as soon as it's completed, you will have your output automatically downloaded.
So, Gerphil, can you tell us a little bit about how costs are calculated at RebusFarm for both students and professionals?
There's actually two ways. One way would be going to our website and using the cost calculator, where you would be putting in a reference render time and your CPU type. And our system will try to estimate by comparing CPU types and benchmarks how long your frame, for example, will render on our hardware, and therefore estimate the costs. But to be safe, you should be always sending test frames to the farm. Like, take your animation, choose a part where the frames have most render intense stuff, and send 2 or 3 of them to the farm to get an idea of how long they render on the farm. Check if output is okay, and see if render costs are okay. And you can calculate with those values actually. So you probably might get a pretty precise idea of what the whole scene will cost.
Right, so you want to make sure everything's going smoothly before you send the bulk of the frames over to RebusFarm, is that right?
Yeah, that's good. Because some people's might be sending like thousands of frames, and it's always safe to have to know what those thousands of frames will cost. But usually, you're pretty safe just checking out to sort of have a reference render time on our hardware.
That makes sense. So switching gears a little bit, since we're here at SIGGRAPH, for our viewers who couldn't be here today or get to check out the booth, is there anything you'd like to share, such as about the raffle that you guys are doing?
Yeah, we actually have a cool raffle. You actually can do the work of a render node. So you can go over here. You can be a device or control a device that makes that renders an image, and the faster you render that image, the more chances you have on winning a prize. You can win up to 1,000 render points over here, and some other cool stuff.
So just to get an idea about how far can 1,000 Rebus points take you within the farm?
Oh, 1,000 render points can take you a lot of hours. That's like, that could be some movies.
Oh my gosh, so it's like a big winnings. Well, thank you very much, Gerphil. It's been Tiffany Chu for CGS TV. We're here with Gerphil at RebusFarm. Thank you for watching.